What's up, Gloving Universe? My name is Puppet. I'm from Team Infinite Movement. I'm from Hawaii, and I'm an Amazing Light sponsor. And this is WUGU, 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 WUGU. Now, WUGU is gonna be an educational vlog slash tutorial slash gloving news slash talk crap about this ex-glover. I'm just joking. We're not talking crap about any glovers. Glovers need to learn how to be a lot nicer. We're going to be talking about topics that are highly controversial. Hopefully, this is going to be anything we want it to be. This is something that I kind of want to do pretty often. And you know what? Like, make a lot of noise so then I can feature you in this video. So, let's get it started. First thing that I'm going to talk about is this program called I Am Academy. Props to all the mentors out there. Some of the things that you say might not resonate well with the other person. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to teach specific people. It really depends on their background and how their views are in gloving. What is I Am Academy? It was this year-long local program designed to help glovers grow. It's something where skill levels did not matter at all. It included a bunch of different assignments throughout the year. Academy involved 3 phases. The first phase was introduction, where we made sure that your fundamentals and basics were down before you could even make it onto the next phase. The second phase was called the I Amify phase, where we basically taught you our style. And the third and final phase was an individuality phase, where, you know, we didn't want to just create all these copycat robot looking IM people. We tried to tap into the individuality of the student, see what made them different than the rest, and we tried to help them improve on that. Within the phases, there were cuts involved. At the very beginning, we had around like 20 or so people sign up. We handpicked 10, and at the end, there were like only 5 people left. Whoever finished IM Academy were given like a spot to prospect and joined IM. Now you might be asking, why would you do this? Because it's not a very traditional way of adding people into a team. So let's talk about the traditional process of joining a team, right? Their teams are always scouting. They're always looking for new people to add into their team. Sometimes they might be looking for a specific style preference. And then like they reach out to you, right? They like to talk like, oh man, yeah, like, we're like interested in you. And then you have to find out whether or not you vibe with this team. And that kind of involves, you know, like adding you to the group chat. It's having them meet up in real life. So, you know, you guys can like session with each other and get to really find out like how this person really is. And then comes the prospect stage, which literally takes about 50 years. And then the 50 years happens and then you finally join and gloving's dead. So going back to the question, why would we do this? We felt like every time we prospect somebody, it takes a really long time. And then so we thought that why not we just mold and help these glovers who want to be part of us grow into like these beasts. People grow up and, you know, gloving is just a hobby. We wanted to pass on the torch onto the younger generation and see what they can provide for the team. So congratulations to the 5 people that graduated I Am Academy. Their names are Pilot, Flame, Faded, Unknown, and Drift. Now these guys have made like crazy freaking improvement. Shout outs to those guys. Hopefully they can make a name for themselves. I'm gonna make a project video for them later. And for those of you asking, I am sorry, but there's probably not gonna be another I Am Academy. It was a program for only people who lived in Hawaii. On the bright side though, I am working on this mentorship program, but I'm gonna hold off on that. If you're interested, be on the lookout. Congratulations to Trump. Everyone already thought that this guy was sponsored, but it's been such a long time since we've had a new sponsor join EL. Some of you have been wondering what happened to like all the sponsors, because there's like around like maybe 6 or 7 of us now. In the end, gloving is just a hobby, and you know, sometimes just life happens, and it was just about time for some of the sponsors to move on and do whatever they do in life. I hope you are all doing good, and I miss you guys. Now for those of you who want to be just like our president and become sponsored, here are some tips. Number 1, be extremely obnoxious. Now, when Trump started off, I would just see this guy's post like every single day, and you know what, like it like worked. Be a force in your local community and have a strong online presence. You know, it's not always about being good, because there are so many skillful glovers out there who are just amazing and awesome at gloving, but like they have like no presence. With that being said though, you have to be good. If you're toxic, no company is gonna want to rep you because you're toxic, you're bad. You kind of have to think about what makes you different. How are you unique? You could probably be that guy that like wears a onesie to like every event, like every video, just wear like a onesie and that'll be like your thing. Also, the most important thing, code sales. Now here's a video of the person who makes probably the most code sales. Josh, you have a lot of balls uploading a video like that, and I love it. Congratulations, Starlight, for winning San Diego Boss. You know, Sari is like an awesome person. It's so great having someone like that in your community who's very supportive. And you know what? There was like a lot of controversy behind this boss. I mean, first off, you know, screw the haters. You can be online watching the videos and see like, oh, this guy won. But at the end, you weren't there. You know, it's really ultimately up to the judges. No video is ever going to do anyone justice. I know that there were a lot of controversy around this boss because there were like a bunch of hard hitters, right? They had people like Tranquil, Krusty, and they even had like, I think Mumbles, right? Like IGC champ. So basically, it was rigged. I'm just joking, guys. No comp would be a real comp if no one said it was rigged. As for the judges, there are legitimate reasons why this person won and why this person didn't. Now let's watch this grand finals video between Starlight and Imperial. Shoutouts to Squeens for letting me use his live video. All right, let's see what we got here. Man, I miss just being in this atmosphere of being in a competition and just having all these people watch you. It's like one of the greatest and most nerve-wracking feelings that you can ever have. I've actually met Imperial back to IGC 2016, and I remember him just having like the nastiest tuts. Yo, this kid is super clean though. I'm glad to see that he's still gloving. I haven't really seen much of him around. I don't think he really posts too much on Glover's Lounge. Flawless so far, he's so clean. And when he seems like a very like tall guy, so like that kind of like adds to like his showmanship, you know what I mean? Like imagine like just a guy towering over you, like, let's go. I feel like he's committing too hard, a little bit too fast here. Yeah, like right here, I feel like he should be saving all this. He's got like that showmanship at the drop. Oh, that's dope. Oh my god, those tuts. His arms are so straight and like it's just one of those advantages that like tall skinny guys have, you know what I mean? Like, wow. Like I can't hit those angles at all. He has like very good musicality here. I feel like his drop was definitely really strong. Now I'm having a hard time deciphering whether or not he repeated. He kind of goes into that same finger tonguing form. And he kind of repeats into that like that same thread here. Wow. I really wish the camera would have been a little bit lower because that move is really... I feel like I couldn't appreciate that move based off the camera angle. And then he has like the call out at the end. That was freaking dope. Like it's like when you go second, there's always like that. You have to calm yourself down, you know. Sometimes when I go second at comp, it's like I just forgot what I watched because you're like in the moment, right? Like, and you're like trying. It's like you're trying to like focus to win, and then all the nerves hit you, and it's just like a mind factor. Like you can't freaking like think. Are those stars on her pants? Okay, here we go. We got the judge right there. Really cool. Really cool starting off with that presence. The song seems a lot friendlier to do. And then here, I think it's the same thing. Kind of like the same problem right now with with Imperial. I feel like they're committing too fast into these sequences. Don't get me wrong, I feel like her musicality is just really good, but then like I felt like these sequences, like again, those are like, you're committing to such a long sequence so early. This is dope. Squeens, is that Squeens yelling? And she does like a gun move. Those are like those crowd pleasers, you know, you gotta have those crowd pleasers. This is much better. Oh, I saw a little mistake there. That move looks really good on camera. Maybe not from this view, but like, you know, when you're giving a personal show to a camera. That is... Oh, that's like something from Jest, huh? Jest does that move. Wow, the musicality though. And another crowd pleaser, you know, it's always important to have these kind of crowd pleasers, especially in a real life comp, because like when everyone screams for you, it kind of like, you know, you feel really good about it. Like, oh damn, what I did was so cool, and everyone's just screaming for me. I do see a little bit of like execution error and speed control flaws in both shows, and then you gotta rep your crew, right? Like. And she ends with like the half diamond. So final thoughts on the video. I thought that was a really crazy match. I thought though that they both lacked in the same department, where I felt like both of them reset a lot into like filler moves whenever they were done with their sequences. I felt though more as if Imperial had a more technically sound show, as opposed to Sari with a more musically sound show. And if I were to have guessed what happened on the scorecard, considering Sari won, I think she probably won off musicality. Because I felt like she hit a lot of those smaller beats, whereas I felt like Imperial's drop was just a lot more stronger. But then at the beginning, I felt like he was rushing just a little bit. But same thing with Sari though, I just felt like the beginning was rushed. I really did like Imperial's tuts a lot more compared to Sari's. This is just one of those things where it was just, you know, I believe it was like a 1 point difference. Like that was close. Lights on season 5. Are you guys excited? This time around, I will not be competing. I will be judging the style category again for the millionth time. Sign up right now. Don't miss a deadline. I believe if they don't have a certain amount for the new novice and intermediate bracket, they're just not going to have it at all. If you want to get better in this art form, enter a competition. Besides losing the $20, even if you lose, it is always a learning experience. There's always something to learn from a loss. So here are some competition tips. Number 1, your opponent is not the person you are going up against in bracket. Your opponent is the scorecard. Literally, it doesn't matter. You guys are both trying to hit the same categories on the scorecard. Another tip is to record your rounds early. This is something that I did during Lights On season 4, and I like recorded just a bunch of rounds before the season even started until it got to like Mega Sloth, because I just was like, damn, I don't know how confident I feel about these past takes. So around that time period is when I started to actually record during the tournament. You save yourself a bunch of time and stress from, you know, when you record the week of, you're like freaking scrambling for just one take, when you could just do all the takes right now and then just submit it. And our very first Clover Spotlight goes to Blunt. And he's just one of those Glovers that just makes sense, you know, like every move makes sense. Like there's a reason for every single move. His highlights are like really sly too. You know, he's not really one of those Glovers where he tries to emphasize every beat like as a punchline, but he has a lot of sequences that go like, oh wow, like he just did that, like after he's already done doing the move, you know. So go ahead, check him out. I'm gonna go ahead and link this show in the description. And to conclude this first episode, guys, for everyone who buys Amazing Lights products, to everyone who supports me, if you glove, if you sleep, if you go to work, if you own a dog, please use code Aloha Nation for 10% off at amazinglights.com. I started this thing called the Aloha Nation Club. If you can provide me with a screenshot of your receipt and grand total while using my code, also, if you have a PayPal or Venmo, I will give you 20% of the commission I make back to you. Like, seriously, yeah, I'm literally paying you to use my code. The way I view commissions, you know, it's like money that I've never had. So, you know, I felt like it's just a way to help you guys out. You're helping me out. Living in Hawaii is like actually pretty freaking expensive. If you plan to move here one day, like, don't. It's just save your money. And that wraps it up, ladies and gentle gloves. Now, if you like watching this video, please like, share, and comment. I plan on doing more of these. Also, if you have a topic that you want me to talk about, please go ahead and comment below. Sorry, I probably won't be able to get to everything, but I'm gonna go ahead and try my best. So thank you everyone for watching this. Peace out and WUGU!